Hey everyone, Charlie here with Advent Tech. I'm going to show you how to, from scratch, turn on a panel and then log into the various logins that you need to fully activate your OneScreen panel. This is a T7, OneScreen's newest panel, and this is a 75-inch panel just for perspective. I have with me a wireless keyboard that I'm going to demonstrate why you might want to have a wireless keyboard. I have with me my beacon card I can use to log into my OneScreen account, and then I have with me also the remote control for the panel, which is useful during the startup process just to turn it on if you want. The first thing you may or may not notice is that there is no red light here, which means that there's no power actually to the panel at all. Otherwise, I could push that power button. I push it now, nothing happens. If there's no power to the panel, likely that means that it is hard powered off. There's no power coming at all to the panel because there is a power switch behind the panel, which you won't normally want or deem to turn on or off. But just for the sake of demonstrating the whole process and how long it takes, we're going to turn the thing on from scratch. The first thing it does is it turns the little power button red. You push the power button. Now, I could have also pushed the power button on the remote control if I wanted to, and it would have also powered on the panel. We'll do another demo that has everything to do with the remote control another time. But there are multiple layers of login. There is a passcode, there is a OneScreen account, and then there is a Google account typically, although it could also be a Microsoft account or a Clever or some other kind of single sign-on. But for today's demonstration, it's a Google account, which I know a lot of users will have. So the first thing you notice that this is sort of a generic OneScreen page or login. And if I try to log into the panel, the first thing that comes up, like I said, is a passcode. Now, one of the reasons I love a wireless keyboard is for the sake of protecting my passcode. By the way, you'll notice the panel kind of turns off during the startup process if you don't enter in that key code because it just kind of quickly goes into power save mode. So you just touch the panel, swipe up, and you're back to this passcode. Now, I could type in my passcode here if I want, but this is one of the things I love about having a wireless keyboard is I just typed in my passcode and no students got to see what my passcode was. Now, the passcode just gets you into the panel. Now, I'm into the panel and I can use anything on the panel. And the students can also jump in here now and use the browsers. They can use any apps that are native to the panel. But let me be clear, I'm not actually logged in to the panel with my personalized OneScreen login. And I want to get logged into the panel. Why do I want to get logged in? Well, I want to get logged in because I have my own background. I have my own apps. I have my own arrangement of the apps on the desktop. I personalized my OneScreen panel. So that means I do have to go online and create a OneScreen account, a personalized account. And I just do that with my typical Google login and email information. But it's not exactly single sign-on. It's not both accounts signed on at the same time. I'll show you that. So I want to sign into the panel, and you'll see what happens when I do. First of all, I can use my phone to scan a QR code because, again, I don't want students to know any of my logins, any of my passwords. And so I could take my phone now, and I could scan it. If I don't want to do that and I want to go ahead and just log in with my information here on the screen, I can do that. Or even better than any of those options is the option to use my beacon card. So I'm going to hold up my little beacon card to the indicator here, which you'll notice is right in front of the power cord as well. There's a lot going on, I guess, in this little area. As I hold it up, it asks me what I want to do, create a new tag or log into my OneScreen account. I want it to log into my OneScreen account. I don't want to mess around with password or anything else. And now you'll notice a big change just happened to the panel. This is my personalized background. I've got some fun games and apps over here I've loaded up. I've got my secondary window has some stuff I don't use very often. And I've got my own Google Workspace, my own customized shortcut links that are up here. So this is really my OneScreen account that I've customized. Now, the additional login that still needs to happen is if I want to use my Google apps and get access to my file storage, even my Gmail, but especially my Google Workspace apps like Sheets or Slides or Docs. So let's just try to open up one of those. And what will happen is it'll see if you're logged in. And because I have it logged in, it'll ask me to log in. Now, if you have two-factor authentication set up like many schools do, you may have to also use your phone and open the Gmail app and say, yes, this is me. And I'm going to go ahead and not show you my login information here, but I'm going to log in to my Gmail account and then show you what happens. All right, I went through the login process. I do have two-factor authentication turned on, so I had to grab my smartphone real quick and hit yes through my Gmail app. Once you've done that, you hit agree. And again, you don't have to do this every time you turn on the panel. It's just the first time on a cold boot up, you do have to give access to your Gmail account to the apps that are on the device. And this is a great layer of security because, of course, you don't want students necessarily to get access to your Google Docs, your Google Drive, your Gmail account. Now, one thing I have noticed is that the panel begins to go through and log into all the apps for me. And so I can go back now and I can do anything I want. I can open the whiteboard and begin working there. I can open the browser and I can begin working there. Or like I said, it is slowly but surely logging me into all the Google apps. We just had Docs up. Let's see if it's logged me into my Drive account. I just sort of mentioned this because it does sometimes take a couple seconds to log into everything. Looks like it did log me into my Drive account. Great. Let's try Sheets. Looks like it logged me into my Sheets account. If you open up one of the Google apps right after you log into Gmail or one of the other Google apps, sometimes it still takes a couple seconds for it to log into it. But it looks like after about, 30 seconds, it has actually logged me into all of my Google apps. Everything is right there. So now I am fully logged in. You've done it. You're ready to teach. You're ready to pull up Google Slides. You're ready to use the right app. You're ready to do whatever you want. You've got your own customized apps and you've got your own customized settings on the panel. At any point, I could actually log out of my Google account if I wanted to. And the simple way to do that is actually just to log out of the panel altogether. If you log out of the panel, so you log out of your OneScreen account, which that's what this is up here, it will log you out of your Google accounts as well. Now, that might be really annoying because you say to yourself, well, I want to log out of the panel, but I don't necessarily want to log out of all my Google accounts and have to log back in. And again, that's the great thing about the passcode security feature is you can go ahead and you can just power off the panel. And then if you come back to turn it on, what it ends up doing is it asks you for your passcode. And if you go ahead and keep your passcode as secure as you can by using the wireless keyboard, or again, really simple way to sort of block everyone's view using your body if you want to, then it'll keep you logged into your OneScreen account. It'll keep you logged into your Google account. So you don't have to go do a full login every time. But I think that's one of the reasons why the passcode is pretty important to keep secure and away from students if possible. Because once you are logged in, then you are logged into all of your Google accounts. And if for some reason you just really want to get away from the panel or you think that you're going to walk away for a while and you don't want students to have access to your stuff, you can log out and the panel is still totally usable. I still have access to the right app. I still have access to all whatever apps or whatever shortcuts are just there on the panel. But if I try to access my Google Docs, it's going to tell me I need to log in because what have I done? I've logged out of my account altogether. And again, to log back in, you can go up here, or to log back in, you can go here and use your little beacon card, which is handy. But like I said, once you have completely logged out of your OneScreen account, it will re-secure your Google accounts as well. So if I click here, it'll tell me it's checking info and I will have to sign in again. So I'd only really sign out of the panel if you know that you are getting out of there for the day, or for some reason you think that the kids know what your passcode is and you're worried that they're going to turn the panel on while you're gone. So again, that's why I would try to really keep that passcode secure, because it can be a little bit of a process to fully log back into the panel again. And for me, at my part, I'd rather just type in a PIN code than go through the whole login process again. So hopefully this has been helpful. We powered on the panel, then we turned on the power here, and then we put in our PIN code, logged into our OneScreen account, and then logged into our Google accounts. And yes, if you are completely powering off the panel, that is a process you'll have to go through every day to get into your OneScreen panel fully logged in. But oftentimes, if you just log out using the pin code feature, then all your other apps and features stay logged in for the next time you're ready to come use them. I hope this has been really helpful. Charlie with Advent Tech, give us a like or follow. Thanks.